What's going on, y'all? It's Lump Dog. It's the Hartford Zeros Fantasy Football League Commissioner Message week number 11. Took a bye week for myself because I was tired of doing two Commissioner Message for two different leagues. So sorry that this league had to suffer, but I'm back. We're here with the 40 Winers. Look, this is the interview everyone's been clamoring for all season long. So I'll just let the 49ers start it off here. Just introduce yourself. Give your record, maybe run down your squad a little bit. And
40 Winers, Chris Fowler in the house. He's currently tied for first place. What is it, 7-3, something like that? Yeah.
7-3.
So, not complaining too much.
The man with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's definitely been the reason for my success, I have to say.
Definitely.
And, thankful for that.
Do you have anything to start off with? Anybody out there you want to give a smack out to, or
no? I'm enjoying it. I'm learning as we go along too. It's my first year doing this, so
first year playing fantasy football.
Well, first year just doing the money leagues, and everybody's worried about it. Usually, I'm in leagues where people head for the hills, after they draft their team, and so yeah.
A couple people here. So I don't know. I know that a lot of people wanted me to start off with your trade offers.
Okay.
So we'll just start off there. And I know I gave you a lot of shit earlier in the year due to Dustin Keller.
Mm-hmm.
You always wanted to throw Dustin Keller in there. And I remember you sending me a text saying something along the lines about value for value and adding value. And I don't know where where you see the value, or if you're just lowballing, and that's fine too. So yeah. I don't have a problem with lowballing. But so why don't you go ahead and explain to people, because a lot of people would come up and they would talk about your offers, because you would be pretty much offering a lot of the people trade, because you're a big trader. Yeah. You wanted to make some moves. Mm-hmm. So why don't you explain to people how you see a trade and what you feel as a fair offer, or maybe you were just lowballing people. Okay. So.
Well, I mean, obviously with any trade offer, you try to improve your team first. Then you also look to, okay, do these people actually need help in these other areas, running back, tight end, whatever? You try to give them what they may need too. Mm-hmm. In terms of value, everybody has different, perspective of value. Somebody may be like Jed, he's really high on Greg Jennings. He wouldn't get rid of him for anything. So, just some people like their own players. I thought Dustin Keller was going to have, a couple more good weeks, but it just hasn't happened. And It's been, I blame Mark Sanchez, but I mean, I'm sure the Jets do too.
Yeah, no,
so,
they sure they
I mean,
do.
he leads the team in targets, that's for sure. So he just hasn't made any catches.
Didn't do anything after week 2, and I think it was everyone's post where you posted on the boards about on the blog here, and I'll throw in Dustin Keller if it's the right deal, like he was some sort of icing on the cake or something.
Hey,
As a matter of fact, he was like the sour milk that you put into the
That's true.
Into the cake. You know what I mean? He just wasn't any value to him at that point.
To answer the question, it's a little bit just being funny, but also, just trying to improve my team always first. I don't just go out there and go, I want to make trades to help you guys out. No,
exactly.
Who wakes up and does that?
You always want to make a trade to come out on top. Sure. Well, I always see trades, me personally, as I always start off with a low ball offer. That's just the opening salvo. Mm-hmm. And if you're dumb enough to accept that opening salvo, then that's on you. But that's just negotiation starting point. So if I get a low ball offer, what I say is like, okay, if those are the guys that you want, and you're offering me, well, I don't want those guys. This is what it's going to take to get the guys that you're trying to trade for. If you really want Arian Foster, if you really want Matt Stafford off my team, if you're going to offer me Dustin Keller, I'm not saying that you did this, but if you did offer me Dustin Keller and, say, Kyle Orton for him, I know that's a low ball offer. I'm going to hit you back with, okay, you want Stafford and Arian Foster, it's going to take you better be offering MJD, Rodgers in there, something like that.
Sure,
I'm going to hit you back with an offer that I take.
Sure.
So it's just always an opening thing. Trading deadline's over, so it's all a moot point right now, but I just know a lot of people during the season have been asking, what the hell's wrong with Fowler? God, can you believe this offer this guy sent me, or this and that?
Most of them didn't even respond with the offer.
Yeah, honestly. And I think a lot of the things, too, is you were out of the office due to your issues, and then I think us being able to talk to each other, go up to each other's desks.
It would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier. You could have been all come down. You would have been talking, hey, I sent you an offer. What'd you think? And then, and then maybe negotiations could have started from there.
Yeah. That
it's a little hard to do it just strictly through the net, over the website. But
sure.
Right on. So cool. Well, at least we got your perspective on that. I know the next thing that a lot of people, especially me, gave you a lot of shit for was the Red Cross thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I, again, explained it to you is that while you have a guy with a Red Cross or on your IR with no Red Cross, it just takes away from the weekly prize, really, because that's one less person that's being into the free agent pool, and then you're hoarding a player when you should have somebody on the free agent list, and it just brings up weeklies. If everybody had 2 extra guys on their roster, there would be really no free agents really worth picking up. So that's my only point with it. I understand your point, though. You can't check your lineup all the way. I mean, to expect us to be checking our lineups all the way up to kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, too, this is a money league, and if you're really about the money and serious, that makes it a serious fantasy football league is when money's involved. Then we would like people to check their lineups all the way up to kickoff. Now, go ahead, explain yourself with the Red Cross.
No, I made a mistake. Everybody called me on it, and I apologized. I said there was no malicious intent. I wasn't trying to cheat or anything like that.
Yeah, no. I busted your balls.
No, that's fine.
I don't think you're like purposely cheating.
That's fine. The main thing is that I just wanted to just let everybody know that there was one morning I couldn't check my lineups all up to that week. He was out, and then all of a sudden played. I think even one of my other guys one week he was doubtful all up until game time, and he played. So I mean, you don't know, and if you're not sitting in front of your computer, you could get in trouble for that. I'm not sure if that's what happened last week with with Sang.
Sang left for the
lineup.
weekend.
So I mean, it happens. Mistakes happen. I tried to own it. I even asked you with a text message. I'm like, do you want me to drop him right now?
No.
I'll drop him.
It was too late. It was the game had already started. But so I understand that. And then the Red Cross, though, it's a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fine line, and I feel like right now that it's more trouble for me to go in and try to check people's lineups. Like last week with Real Deal, 2 weeks ago with Real Deal, he had 2 guys on his IR that weren't injured. And I was able to put one of them onto his bench, but that left one guy on his IR with no Red Cross.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was against me. He's a cheater too, and I did call him a cheater as well. So it's just I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about this next year and try to come up with a solution that everybody can agree on. And
I could throw a recommendation out there.
Okay.
Just maybe one more reserve spot, and then no IR. That at least somebody can have room for an extra player on there that may be injured, and they can just hold on to them as long as they feel they need to.
Yep, that would be it. But that would be one solution to the problem. So we definitely got to talk and vote on it. This is a democratic process and not a monarchy here with me just making the rules. But definitely, I think the other thing we wanted to do is, dude, are you gonna buy a round of beers or what, man? You've won like 4 weeklies. You're like $80 in the positive.
I will buy a round of beers. Whoever wants to come out.
I think we're gonna go out to the Buffalo Wild Wings here in the playoff time and use that $100 worth of gift certificates that we got for holding the draft there.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to be doing that in the first or second round, I'm sure, and hopefully there we will get a round of beers from this guy taking all our money.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely be there. Whoever wants to show up.
Definitely. And then a lot of people too. Your team was dominating there for a little bit. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. Yep. You did make a trade with the young Niners, picking up Sproles and Brandon Marshall. Mm-hmm. So now Fred Jackson's out for the year, who was an integral part of your team at the beginning of the season. Yeah. How do you see your team going forward now? I mean, you're 7-3. You're kind of locked into the playoffs. Do you feel like you have what it takes to get to the championship?
I do. I think I have enough depth on my roster to compensate for that. It's just a matter of picking out the matchups now with for my second running back between Sproles and Jonathan Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got Stewart going against the NDD this week, so I'm hoping that's money in the bank.
Yeah.
And then it's just hoping that the playoff teams continue to play their starters. I mean, if Green Bay benches Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a really short off season for me. So.
Definitely. I mean, it's all about Aaron Rodgers playing now in Green Bay. The weather's going to change, and can he keep up this prolific offense in minus 20-degree weather?
Yeah.
Well, that's why type of snow flurries or blizzards.
And that's why I picked up the New England D also, is because I might want to mix and match that a little bit if I don't feel the matchup with against the Green Bay D's enough. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to give myself enough depth now so that
5 times fast.
yeah, I know. So just trying to give myself enough depth so that we can just make it
Play
through
some
the whole
matchups.
season.
And play some matchups and be able
because
to.
there are going to be starters that are going to be benched. If they're playoff teams or people that even are out of the playoffs, they're going to want to rest their starters possibly, for next season. So
definitely, we only have 2 weeks left this week and next week, and that's the end of the regular season. And also, if you guys didn't know, there's only 2 weeks left of weeklies as well. Weeklies are not within the playoffs because only the top 6 make the playoffs. I will have the bottom 6 will be in a losers bracket, and so you guys can finish out the season, still set your lineups. You don't have to. It's not going to be a big deal. I will lock you out of any ads and drops, or any ads, excuse me, for because we don't want a bottom 6 team getting a free agent for somebody that's actually playing for a championship.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to. We're going to lock out those bottom 6 from any ads. So you roll into the playoffs if you're in the bottom 6 with your squad that you have. Someone gets injured. Too bad. It's a loser's bracket.
So you mean I can only win 2 more weeklies? Really?
You can only win 2 more weeklies. I've gotten 2, man. I'm only 1 behind you now, or 2. What 2? You have 4, 3.
4. Yeah.
So I got to win the next 2 to get it to even match it. What other things have happened this season that either made you upset, or you had questions about, or anybody there that made you upset while you were out that you would just want to just give you a big old to?
It's just I wish everybody would participate, more. I hit the waiver wire, right away, just try to make sure I get any claims that I want in, and I noticed that, probably 3/4 of the teams aren't doing that.
Like me, for instance. Yeah, like me, for instance. Just this week, I picked up Kevin Smith, and I was 7th. On the waiver wire.
Yeah.
How do the other bottom 6 teams, even though they're out of the playoffs, how do they not just at least want to, cock block somebody, one of the higher teams, being able to get a running back? So, I understand that. I also been telling a lot of people, too, that we have some first-year players. I mean, you're not a first-year player, but we do have some people who haven't played at all, ever, fantasy football. So some of their trades have been questionable, and some of their drops have been quite questionable. Gilbert, not mentioning any names there, but it's just you got to take the good with the bad, and that's just what it's doing about. And we can't agree with every trade that goes down, and you can't be mad at the first year players too, because I know I've made those mistakes when I played the first year.
Don't mention Fred Beasley again.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So so that's what it is, man. Just kind of roll with the punches.
But no, I just let everybody know I've enjoyed playing with you guys. I hope I get invited back next year. It's been a blast, and hopefully I'll be in the office more so I can talk to you guys about it next time. And
well, if you're going to be, there's no invite, because if you finish the season as the number 1 or 2 seed and you have a bye week, I think you automatically get to be in the league next year.
Gotcha.
You get to at least, there's no invites, I don't think. I think we're going to roll with everybody, as long as everyone, except for, you no longer work at the Hartford, so you're no longer a Hartford Zero. We will be replacing you next year, unless you start some other type of league, and we would all join that.
We're going to send you right to the recycle bin.
Yes, exactly. We're going to have to look for a new franchise owner here in the Hartford Zeros Fantasy Football League for because no longer works for the Hartford. Well, anyway, and again, any last shots out? Anything else?
No, just look forward to beat me actually in the opening week of the season. Rematch. The rematch is this week.
That does remind me.
So he beat me 137 to 127, and I look forward to getting you back for that one.
Yeah. So these last 2 weeks are revenge weeks. So you are playing the first 2 teams you played at the beginning of the year. So if you had anyone beat you at the beginning, first 2 games, this is the time right now. Your lineups might be different, but this is your time to get your revenge, because after this, the season is done. So just before we go one more time, just want to give this guy just a big commissioner hug.
This guy.
Just give him a big commissioner hug, because man, I don't want people thinking I hate on him or anything, man. I love everyone in the league, and or I should say love, but I have love for everybody in the league. And you're all co-workers, and I wouldn't want anyone else in these leagues than you guys, man. All right, man. So that was the commissioner message, week number 11. We will see you guys next week, man. I only have one more commissioner message, and I'm done for the year.
Good luck, guys.
Peace.